We live in a world full of giant TVs as well as portable devices, but how do we get the giant portable experience on the go? Well, that is possible with the new RayNeo Air3s. A huge thank you to RayNeo for sponsoring this video. Today we're going to show you how this new portable headset is able to help you have a better viewing experience, better safety, and even a better gaming experience on the go. Let's get started. First off, this is a 201-inch HuView mega screen. So that means that when you have these glasses on, it's going to look like you have a giant projector in front of you. It looks like it's about 6 meters away and this giant screen. Now this screen works with two micro OLED panels, so you have a really nice rich color. We'll definitely get more into that. Next, we have immersive and rich stereo sound. You have two speakers on each side of your ears, reliable optic care and ultra comfort. So this is going to use a very quick refresh rate so there's no flickering or anything while you're using this. And they've expanded it so you're able to see much more without having blurry edges on the side. And then we have versatile devices plug and play. So over here, we have the JoyDock, which is able to connect directly to our Nintendo Switch so that we can play them through the glasses, and then you'll be able to use that with other devices as well. So here at the top, we can see it works with phones, tablets, game consoles, Pocket TV, the JoyDock, and this is your private gaming experience and streaming like never before. So there's a different device called the Pocket TV you can get to take streaming on the go. So here we have the nice case for the Air3s. I really like how compact that is. And then here we have a nose pad. We have a giant instruction manual there. And then here we have the eyeglass demo. So in my last video, a lot of people were wondering about how to use this with glasses. Well, here is a demo lens that you could use. So you'd be able to get a prescription, attach this on, and you could use this without your glasses, which is pretty cool being able to do that. And then here it has a cleaning cloth as well as some other quick guide info. Let me just read this real quick. Got it. Now we're ready to get started. So inside the box here, there we have the Air3s. Pretty cool looking device. Pull this cover off right there. So they look like typical glasses. That's one great thing about these. It's not a giant VR headset on your head, but you have this wonderful immersive experience. And right in here is where we have the micro OLED screens. So right here on the glasses themselves, you have the nose pad. It does come with a second one of those. Over on the right side, you have volume button, menu button, and then here you have a brightness control on the right side, and then you have your dual speakers right up here. And then on the back, you have the USB-C that you will plug into your other device that you're going to use to get this powered and used. And then you also have the option to adjust. So there's a little sticker right here about how you can adjust it. So you have 9 different ways you can adjust it. So we can put this down, we can do middle, up, or low. So depending on what orientation you like that, and you can do that on both sides. And then we also have the option to adjust our nose here to make it line up a little bit better. So a lot of options there. And then here there is a sensor to indicate if it is on or off. And so that's how this is working, and I'll show you a little demo in a bit, but there we have the screen up there at the top. It's reflecting on this glass that then gives you the appearance of this being a giant projector in front of you. And then you're able to have those speakers right here on your ear, so you are immersed. And then there's even a whisper mode where if somebody's sitting next to you, you can make it super quiet so they're not able to hear you from more than 20 centimeters away, which is really cool. So inside the case, we also have the other part that you need for this, which is the cable. So this is able to power your device and of course take what is on the other thing you're using and display it onto here. So for me, I can use my phone and I can mirror what's on my phone onto here. I love doing that. If I want to mirror the iPad, maybe I have something downloaded on my iPad, I can then plug it in, or if you have an iPhone, you can plug it in and mirror that screen onto here so you'll still control it on the devices. If you're using the Pocket TV, you can then simply plug it in and it's going to mirror a Google TV interface onto it, and you use the Pocket TV to control it. So this is kind of just like your monitor or your TV, and you can use it with whatever outputs via USB-C. Now next we have the JoyDock. So this acts as your Nintendo Switch dock on the go, but also included in here are two 5,000 milliamp hour batteries to recharge your device as you are playing it. So you can continue playing it here, which is so cool. So how this works is we're going to plug the switch into here through the dock port. So then it's going to act like the dock. And then we're going to plug the glasses into here, and it's going to power the glasses, and we're going to have a great experience. And then it also comes with this where we can then lock it onto the switch. So here we have our Nintendo Switch OLED, and it's just going to snap on like that. And then we can easily grab this and slide it on the back, and it comes with this tiny USB-C cable that we can just plug from there to there. And now we're going to plug in the USB-C port there. And we're going to plug these into the glasses there. So pretty simple, right? All you need is something to input into the glasses. Once you have them on, now I can already see the Nintendo Switch screen on here, and looking at this looks so good. So I'm just going to make my small adjustments to this, and there, that is lining up perfectly. So here I can just now use the Joy-Cons however I want or whatever, so I can have these remote, but it's staying right here, and the screen is always staying in that position. All right, I think it's time to head out and get on the go. I have a ton of different devices here that I need to test out, but I need to catch a flight. So we're gonna try out using the Nintendo. We're gonna try out our phones and other devices on the go to see how beneficial these are, and talk about what are the updates to the RayNeo Air 3s as we go. All right, we are finally at the airport, and I have everything ready to go. Just double checking I have it all here. Now, one cool thing that I've already loved about the JoyDock is how you can use this battery pack to charge other things. And my camera I'm using today needed to charge, so I was able to simply take this, take some of the juice from it. So it's great to travel with this, having all of that. And what? Now, this is gonna be so simple. We don't need to power this at all. Everything is powered from the device you are using. So all I need to do is plug this into a compatible USB-C port, and then here, plug it in. So let's start with just chilling. Gonna play some games until my flight's ready to take off. Now on the flight, it is quite a bit louder, so I do have headphones that I can use, but these speakers are sounding so good just right now. And I love that I'm also able to hear what's going on around me. I'm not totally locked off from the world while I'm playing in this. It's time to head on to the flight. One of the first things you're going to notice about the RayNeo Air 3s is they look just like sunglasses, so someone might not even know that you're wearing them. Also, this is so comfortable to wear. They are only 78 grams. And then there is the distribution between the weight on the front and the back. So on the front, it's 46.7%, and then on the back, it's 53.3%, so it feels very light on the head. So wearing it for long periods of time is actually pretty comfortable. Every once in a while, I'll just have to maybe fidget and make sure it's fitting perfectly a little bit, but I had no problem wearing these for an extended period of time. Now let's dive in and talk about the visual experience on the RayNeo Air 3s. Now, one thing that they have on here is called Hue View. So this is the way that the glasses are able to have this beautiful looking display. So I mentioned before that they have micro OLED displays on here, but with that, it also supports DCI-P3, which I didn't really know what that was, but that is the quality of screen that this is able to produce as a more accurate display. So this is kind of a more IMAX enhanced experience than they have had before. So playing this, watching different videos on this, I can see how that has really improved. Everything on here just looked super crisp and clear, and then the color accuracy that I was playing looked so wonderful. It was very bright and vibrant on all the different things, whether it was gaming, watching movies, or just watching a few little videos here and there. But I really love how good these look in screen. That's gonna be the hardest thing about this video, is I can't show you exactly what they look like on your eyes. I'm just going to do some screen recording and pop those up on screen, but just know that the screen quality is excellent. Now these have 200,000 to 1 contrast ratio, so that means they go very bright to very dim. Compared to other glasses like this, they're more in the 100,000 to 1 range. So this is double what you're getting with those. And I can say that when you are adjusting the brightness here, I even had it on a lower level and felt that it looked really good. If you do need to increase the brightness, maybe it's a dark scene and you want to see more detail, you are able to do that. But I would say you could even get away with pretty low and you would still have a great experience. Now, compared to the Air 2s that I used before, one of the things that they have improved is the size of the box here, meaning how much view there is for you to see. Some of the things I found is on the edge of the Air 2s is you might have seen a little bit blurriness only when I was like using the computer for really detailed information, not anything else, but here I noticed how much bigger it is. So this new box is 14mm by 7mm, which accommodates about 90% of the pupillary distance. So pretty much being able to see all of the screen with your eyes. And this new thoughtful design makes it so it's not blurry around the edges and it's much more comfortable to wear for long periods of time. Now let's talk about the different modes that are available. So over here on the left side, you have the menu button where you can adjust a few different things. One of them is the different screen mode. Now first we have the standard mode. This is what I was actually using most of the time because it just looked so good, very comfortable to what I was naturally seeing when I would watch things on the TV. And then we have game mode, which makes it easier to distinguish details in bright and dark areas. So this is going to have a more high dynamic range. And so you could also turn up the 120 Hertz to have the best gaming experience on the go, which we're definitely going to use as we're playing the Nintendo Switch here today. Now next you have movie mode, which boosts color accuracy and immersion, delivering a more cinema-like experience, so kind of more moody look than just the standard mode. Now when I was at the airport waiting for my flight, this is a good example of what was actually happening. So here I'm sitting there, but you can see the screen was actually this size because it's so close and it gives that appearance. So if nothing was in front of me, it kind of looks larger, and then as things get closer, it looks more like a 32-inch size screen TV that's just a foot or two away. But overall, you have this big, larger than life experience where it's your own personal movie theater, not anyone else can see it or anything like that. So it feels like you are immersed and you have this great screening because of the sound and everything like that. Next, let's talk about the sound built into the headset. Now the sound built into this is actually 200% louder than previous generation, the Air 2. Now some of the other great things about this is it is a dual opposing acoustic chamber design that's totally developed by RayNeo. So what that means is each side of these has those dual speakers, so it's able to have a more rich sound on each side instead of just one on each end. Now while listening to this double chamber is more symphonic sound while occupying the same space than just a single speaker. Now the speakers on here is a great complement to the screen because if you don't have any great sound, the screen is not going to be as good and vice versa. So having those maybe more crisp highs, the better mid levels as well as the deeper basses really adds to the immersion of the RayNeo Air3s. Now remember when you were a kid watching your favorite TV show and you were right up there next to the TV and your parents told you to get back? Well, the good news is the Air 3s has some features to help your eyes long term. So it's added some safety features that even though these are right next to your eyes, that's not going to be a problem. I haven't had any eye problems because I watch the TV from a foot away, and this isn't going to be any different. Let's talk about those awesome features. So first up we have what is called Optic Care. So this is a way which it intelligently utilizes DC dimming, so the current adjusting the dimming, and then the 3840 Hertz PMW or pulse wide modulation. It's great, I can read my script in here and you don't even know it. Now the great part about this is it's able to eliminate flickering and have a better color display with varying conditions of brightness. So that means that even though you are not noticing much different in the display, it's making it so your eyes are much more comfortable and they're not strained long term, which is pretty cool. Now these are also TÜV certified, which means that they have a very low blue light emission, they are flicker-free operation, and then they are able to be used long term. Now under the menu, under the display color, you have the option for eye protections. Now if you are going to use these for an extended period of time, this mode is great because you're going to have less fatigue, you're going to have less dryness, as well as less soreness in your eyes. Next, let's talk about the various devices you can use with the RayNeo Air3s. Now, I've shown a few off in this video so far, but let's talk all about them. So first off, we have this simple mirroring my phone. All I have to do is plug it into my phone, it pops up with the mirror display, and then whatever I do on my phone shows up on here. This is great if I have some videos downloaded or I just want to watch whatever movie I'm watching on my phone. on the bigger display. Now during this, you do have to have your phone turned on. You cannot lock the display, but it's very easy to then change it, adjust it, and easily work on different things or look at different things from my phone. So that's a great option for being able to use these with. Next, we have the Nintendo Switch with the JoyDock. Now this was so cool to be able to have. I now can take my gaming system wherever and have a big display with it. So I'm able to have the JoyDock plugged into my Switch, and then I just need to undock the controllers because they are not able to work when it's in docked mode. If you didn't know that, now you do. So I just have to remove the Joy-Cons and then I can get to playing. And this worked so awesome. It was so fun having the sound come through. Everything looked great. I played some Mario Wonder. It was beautiful, bright. There's all kinds of fun music in that game. And so it was great to be able to hear all of this through the Air 3s. Now, other ways in which I could use this is also right on my computer. So let's say I want to have a bigger display. I did get a little bigger display computer, but if you had a smaller display, this is great because you can plug it in and then you have everything mirrored onto here. Now, a cool trick that I tried this time is because I had a little bit more room in my seat, I was able to mirror the display onto here, but I chose to do dual display. So I could have this be one screen, and then I could also just look down because at the bottom, I can still see out the bottom here. See right there, I can see you. So I can see out the bottom here, and then the top here was my second display. So I could multitask with this all at once, looking down here, seeing my laptop, and looking up, seeing the other display. So that was a great way in which I hadn't necessarily used these before. And now that you're able to see a little bit more without it being blurry, this worked great mirroring the laptop over to here so that I could see everything that was going on. And then another way in which you could do this is the Pocket TV. So if you want to pick one of these up, it has Google TV built in. This is best used when you do have Wi-Fi, but there are a few apps that you can use where it does have a micro SD card slot on the side, so you can actually plug in your own movies and different things like that, and then without Wi-Fi or anything, you are able to watch them on the go. And again, this powers the display as well as has a little battery pack built into this so it can last for a few hours, and it runs Google TV, and so you have all kinds of streaming apps and everything right on here without needing to have your phone nearby. You just need to have the internet for some of those, which is cool. And then another way, even though I mentioned this, the Samsung DeX on the Samsung phones is awesome because not only is it just displaying a phone, but it puts it into this Windows-like environment where you can run multiple apps at the same time, you can have different things going on, and you have this awesome big display to be able to multitask. So I could actually get some work done using the Galaxy S25 Ultra here. Other Samsung phones support Samsung DeX, but that's a great option with the RayNeo Air3s to be able to have all that power right from my smartphone. So those are some of my favorite ways in which I would use different devices, mobile devices that I have around the home, to play on here, to multitask, and to have a better experience on the go, because it's great having that bigger screen instead of looking down and trying to figure out, or have a smaller screen the whole flight. Why not take these instead of carrying a big expensive device with me wherever I go? Now, it's been great to try out this new version that RayNeo has put together, and for a less price, which is so cool. They've made some really great improvements, and this is going to last a long time and look great for many, many years. So overall, I'm very happy with the RayNeo Air3s, how they looked and everything that they are able to do. Now there's some other functionality I didn't even get to, where you're able to get some apps where they have some AR experiences or VR experiences, and you're able to even take like iOS images where you have the spatial video and play them right on here, but I don't have an iPhone to be able to try that out, so maybe another day. But overall, love the experience. The screen quality is awesome and the speakers sound great. This is a perfect travel companion. I've been taking it with me wherever I go. It's so easy to fit in my bag, and then I'm able to have that personal theater-like experience wherever I go. So if you have any further questions about the RayNeo Air3s, please let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to pick up a pair for yourself, make sure you check out the link down in the description. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.